Support for Radio Friends comes from IT Como, offering computer and IT services for small businesses and residential clients. IT Como can set up remote work-at-home solutions and data security and backup systems and upgrade your company email to more modern platforms. IT Como can also help you get the most from your technology at home. Learn more at itcomo.com. Good morning and welcome to Radio Friends on Friday, September the 1st. It's hard to believe this is the first day of September. Time goes, doesn't it? It goes by fast. Lois Long is with us. She is an advocate for caregivers and persons with dementia. Good to have you here, Lois.
Thank you, Paul.
We always like to talk a little bit about what folks can do to help each other, because at one time or another, we're all going to be affected by Alzheimer's or dementia, whether it's us or someone that we know and love.
And there's a lot of caregivers that are carrying a heavy load, not just because the person they care for has some kind of dementia, but there are other chronic illnesses that isolate people, and the caregivers then become isolated too. Mm-hmm. So today I wanted to talk about the senses, and the first poem I want to read was an idea that stemmed from the current exhibit at the Botanical Gardens in St. Louis at Shaw Gardens.
Okay.
There is an artist, a sculptor named Dale Chihuly, and his exhibit is, he has over 3,000 glass sculptures, and these are scattered throughout the gardens. And so it gave me the idea of what a glass blower does, the breath that a glass blower uses.
Okay.
So the title of the poem is Blown Glass.
All right, so here's Lois Long, and she writes all of these poems herself.
Well, yes. No AI.
Right.
Breath fills the tube, reaches the glob of molten glass. Suddenly, a form emerges. Colors separate. An evolving vase, a vessel to hold light. To reflect the sun in shards and rainbow colors. Sharp contrasts and soft hues blend. A process of becoming. Engage, resist, yield. Reformation.
Very nice, Lois.
Okay.
And I was imagining, I remember years ago, we were in Venice, and I was watching glass being blown. And it's absolutely a beautiful experience just to watch it take shape. And as you were reading those words, I could see that in my mind.
Well, the other reminder is there's always a glass blower at Silver Dollar City, and I can remember watching that person years ago, and what comes from a glob of molten glass.
Yeah, red hot.
Yes, is amazing.
It is. So what did you want to deal with today along those lines?
Well, I think art, in the many ways it is presented, is seen by each of us a little differently. You see the reds that come out of the red-hot glass, maybe. Mm-hmm. Maybe I see the cool blues that eventually, the hottest flame is blue. Mm-hmm. And so I think it's a reminder that we each have former experiences, no matter what happens as dementia may progress. Those reminders may be ignited by a photograph, which is, some people think, a form of art. And I think the senses that are related to nature, like soil, as we touch the soil and plant a flower, we feel those connections to the soil. When the flower blooms and the petals become a vibrant color, we see them. And when the bee comes to pollinate the flowers or the vegetables, then we can hear the bee if we're lucky and have good hearing.
Yeah.
But the taste then of the honey that the bees pollinate is another sense that we take for granted that we have. And I think we should not forget that persons, whether they have dementia or not, as we age, some of those senses, like the hearing, becomes less. The sight becomes compromised, and we do not know what each other sees or hears.
Or feels.
Or feels, exactly. Right. And so that's an important part of understanding what caregivers deal with the person with dementia.
You know, again, as I was listening to you talk about feeling the soil, planting the seeds, watching something come up and grow, and then enjoying the fruits of your labor, you realize that everything is connected. Everything in life, we're all connected one way or another. To the soil, to the air, the bees pollinating and then producing that honey that we enjoy. Okay. Every one of us are connected in one way or another. And even if we have dementia, there is a little light back there somewhere that can spark a memory of days gone by.
Well, long-term memory is rarely affected like short-term memory. You can't remember where you put your keys or even who people are. But the memories that have involved the senses like this, they stay intact longer. So I think we can help caregivers by providing useful ways to ignite those memories.
And music does that too.
And music, and bring it to the now. Indeed, the Alzheimer's Association does a great job of helping people, but I believe that we help each other one person at a time. And if a person is struggling with what to do to take care of someone, the Alzheimer's Association has a 24/7 helpline number, and that is 800-272-3900. And you can call it any time of the day. Otherwise, you go online to alz.org and you can look up the answers. alz.org, or the number, if you want to write it down, is 800-372-3900. No, it's 272-3900.
Thank you, Lois. All right, let me repeat it again then. It's 800-272-3900. Thank you for correcting me.
Well, you have the notes.
I do. But you've got the memory there. Okay.
Thank you.
If something you'd like to hear or see, drop me an email, pepperp@missouri.edu. Always a pleasure to have you here. And Lois, I learn something every time I chat with you, and I feel good about it.
Thank you.
We're out of time. Be nice to each other and smile. Bye-bye.